Welcome to another Baby Theater in the Dark. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Tiresome. You see, the Tiresome was once a being of great culture. However, it became something more. You see, the Tiresome was once just a simple person. But now, well, it lurks in the darkness, waiting, hoping that there are tired little children around. What it does is it awakens them from their sleep, from their slumber. You see, children, they need their sleep. They need to close their eyes and defragment their brain. But, you see, if that is not done, then their brain becomes a cacophony of destruction and domination. Pretty soon, they become like zombies and seem like they have no aim in life. Ah, yes, the Tiresome. It preys upon this. It wants it to happen. The Tiresome has become tired of this world, and in doing so, seeks to make others tired as well. Now, when you feel that inkling of awakening, and you feel that you may need to stay up late in the night, that is simply the Tiresome coming to feast upon your brain. Yes. I must tell you about a story. One of many, many stories of the Tiresome. This one was a doozy. It happened to a boy named Travis. You see, Travis had a very bad habit of awakening in the middle of the night and grabbing cheese, slices of cheese, and feasting upon them. Num, 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 they would say. And Travis would put the biscuits in his mouth, the biscuits of cheese, and he would go, yeah, this is great. But little did he know the Tiresome was waiting. The next day, alas, Travis's brain was hijacked, and a root began to form upon his forehead. It was a simple bump at first, but soon it began to grow. And, well, it must be a mole, he thought. It came out of his skull, cried away, ripping and tearing. Oh, yes, but soon, even then, it was above his brain. It seeped out, and there was a small little inkling that it may be something more than a mole. Maybe he was growing into a unicorn. That's how big it was. When suddenly it burst through the skin, brain cells could be seen. Simply atrocious. The vine spread throughout. Soon, He had an entire plant growing out of his skull. Yes, viscera and blood and guts spilled from his head, forming vines of some type. Very strange. You see, the tiresome, once it digs in, well, it's too late at that point. The day after that was even worse. You see, Travis, he was a tree. You might as well call him Trevis. Yes, his brain exploded into some scoffy vines that filled out entire rooms. The branches and leaves all made up of his brain stems. But then, worst of all, the harvest. Yes, the tiresome came back as soon as the fruit began to grow. The tiresome began devouring, and soon Travis was no more. So you see, when you're staying up late at night and you look over at the clock and it's past your bedtime, well, don't be like Travis. You want another story, huh? Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt. The next one is quite a doozy. You see, the tiresome, well, once it seeks its prey, there's no telling what it will do. You see, Travis was a rare case. They chalked it up to some kind of strange botanical garden. But that isn't how the tiresome always attacks. Yes. Jason, well, I find it hard to even mention his name. Yes. But nevertheless, Jason, he stayed up purposefully playing video games. Well, everyone told him not to. They said, well, you'll wake up and be really tired the next day. You see, when somebody says, you'll be tired, they mean that the tiresome will come and get you. That was the case for Jason. Wow. His was such a devastating tale. Yes. You see, Tiresome attached his brain as well. But instead, he just began to smile. He would smile and smile. His face began to contort. His teeth began to crack. And people would ask, why? Why are you smiling like that? And all he could say was, with a smirk on his face. Teeth shattered. All that was left were gums and nerves, blood everywhere, dripping from his mouth. You see, he's still smiling to this day, but that's not the worst part. The worst part is his hands Yes, his hands. You see, he got tired of smiling one day, and he tried to pull down the skin from his face. He began to rip and tear it. He thought it was working at first, but he realized that all he'd done was scratch and rip at his face. Well, the Tiresome didn't like that. The Tiresome, well, it snapped his fingers back all the way. He snapped so far back that it seemed as if he was a scarecrow, almost like he didn't have any fingers at all. They were behind his hand. And here's the most grotesque part. They began to bend back into his own hand and form veins. Well, as you could probably guess, his fingernails sliced through every vein in his body. You see, I say that Jason's still smiling today, and that is the case. But I will say, he has no face. And, well, he has no life. So, remember, get your sleep at night, or the Tiresome will be waiting. Please, just go to sleep.